What a tune. Holy shit. Taking you back to 1978 there. I'm like Uncle Larry, homeschooling DJ. Peter Gabriel, Mother of Violence. Fear is the mother of violence. Man, I'm gonna post that lyric up. Dig that lyric, cats. Apparently it was written by his wife. The lyric was Jill Gabriel. Man, that shit resonates deep with Uncle Larry. You know, that's from his, I think it was his second solo album. He put out like 4 solo albums when he left Genesis. They were all untitled. They were all called Peter Gabriel. So people just identify him by the cover. You know, they'll say the car with the rain on it, or the scratches, you know, or the melted face one. But man, this is the music of my DNA right there. Oh Lord, I love that so much. I figured I'd put that up. Maybe you guys could dig that. If you didn't know Humdrum, I played the other day, you know. But oh man, you know, that was back when Peter was in the band, touring band with, you know, Tony Levin on bass, and Larry Wires Fast on the synthesizer, and Jerry Marotta on drums, and Sid McGuinness was playing guitar and pedal steel. And I got a cool Sid McGuinness story for you. Remember Sid McGuinness? He was the guy that played guitar in the Letterman house band, you know, back when it was Paul Schaefer and Will Lee and Anton Fig. He always had like a yellow Strat and like a 50-watt Marshall with a Fender basement cabinet up on its side. I thought that was cool. But, you know, back when I was a kid and I was playing with Winona Judd in the '90s, you know, we did that show a couple times. We did Letterman. And you get out there on that stage, and it's like 50 degrees in there in the old Ed Sullivan Theater. And I started talking to Sid the first time I did that. You know, he's a super sweet guy, and we talked about old guitars, you know, because I was obsessed with vintage guitars and things like that. And I came back like 2 years later or something like that, did the show again, you know, and we came walking in, and he just walked right up to me, and he was like, "Hey, Tom." I was like, "Dude, how do you remember me?" Real sweet guy. And I said to him, I said, "Dude, that second Gabriel solo album you played on is one of my all-time favorite records." And he was like, "Dude, that was the best music I ever played in my entire life." And he was such a cool guy. He is such a cool guy. I haven't seen him in ages, and wherever he is, I hope he's doing great. Very sweet cat. And man, remember that tour when Gabriel, and they all had like those orange construction vests on? They all had their heads shaved. Pretty cool. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, you know, I went and saw Sting the other night, like I told you. That was cool. Speaking of iconic rock guys, saw him at the Ascend Amphitheater here in Nashville, which is like an outdoor venue, and it was like perfect weather. Amazing. It was just so cool just to be there in that kind of weather. So he was great. You know, Sting looks amazing. You know, I don't know how old he is, but he looks amazing. I always think about what he probably has for breakfast, you know, when you're Sting. Like, what do you eat, you know? Probably has a beautiful breakfast every morning, you know, real healthy. He's probably not eating that Jimmy Dean sausage like old Uncle Larry is, you know. Oh, man. Can you imagine what Sting has for breakfast? I think about that a lot. But yeah, he was great. Sounded amazing. The only thing that bums me out sometimes is when you see concerts, you know, and this is in no way a slag. I mean, I love the guy so much, but like a lot of times when guys get a little bit older, they lower the keys of all the tunes, you know, so they're easier to sing, which I totally get. But as a listener, sometimes it freaks me out a little bit because I'm so used to hearing these songs in the original keys, you know, and I have like it's like a thing with me when I hear a song in the wrong key. It freaks me out. But man, I get it. I understand why people do it. That shit was high as hell to begin with, to sing, you know. That's the funny thing about Ann Wilson, you know. She's like an animal, man. She's like, you know, those tunes are high as hell, and she will not lower those keys. I remember a couple times at rehearsals, I'd be like, you know, "Hey, Ann, you want to maybe like bring this one down low?" And she was like, "Nope." Then people were gonna say I'm lowering the keys, and she's like, "No way in hell is that shit gonna happen." It's awesome. I respect that. That's cool. But man, you know, when we get a little older, it's hard to hit those high ass notes we hit when we were 25 years old. But I wouldn't know anything about it because I could never sing. But I've been told that. Okay, here's another thing. One of the guys that watches the show out there, I think his name is Top Load Telly. If that's not correct, I will correct that. Came up with a great idea regarding this contest. We give away this Duesenberg guitar, right? Pretty solid idea. And it's definitely on brand with Uncle Larry's vintage, old school analog style. He said, "Man, why don't you bring back some old technology to sort of do this contest where everyone sends in a postcard?" And I think that's an amazing idea. So Duesenberg has a P.O. box. I'll post that. And just send a postcard in, and then we'll do a big drawing, make a big deal out of it. Maybe I'll wear like a gold lame suit or something. And it'll be amazing. And I know some of you crafty jackals out there are gonna try to beat the system, and I got a way to stop you. First thing, you know, I would do when I was, you know, a desperate, broke drifter would be like to go around to all my neighbors and say, "Hey guys, I'll give you $100 if you send in a postcard, and if you win the guitar, give it to me." No way, man. We're gonna nip that shit right in the bud. All I ask is that whoever wins this thing shows me a utility bill that you actually live where you sent the postcard from. Okay? I'll be like one of those banks trying to give you credit. That's not too much to ask, right? so we all have a fair chance of winning this thing. Send me your electric bill. Say Joe Blow actually lives here in this place, and you get a free guitar. You cool with that? That sounds reasonable. Let me show you this tune, if you give a damn. It's really cool. E minor, B minor, back to E minor. F sharp major over B flat. That would be like, if you were calling the song in the key of G, you would call that that's a 7. No, that's weird. Okay, 7 major chord over, let's not get into all that. Over flat 3. And then B major over A. G, D over F sharp, E minor, quick D, C, walk down. She's a mother of violence. No common sense is all we need. This is a cool chord right here. Like a D6-9. C add 9. There's also some real heavy major 7 tension in there from the piano. See, like if you listen to this again, dig the way the piano complements what the acoustic's doing. There's these amazing things that are happening all through the track where there's really complex, cool chords being created by the two interplays of the piano and the guitar. I always talk, that's the thing that amazes me about music, is this sort of clockwork interplay about a good record, you know what I mean? Oh, there it is, right there. And some unbelievable lyrics to go with it. So that's it for now. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Thanks for all the kind words recently about all the over posting that's happening on this channel. We haven't actually, we're gonna get back on the road. I promise we are. It's gonna happen. Okay. All right, guys. See y'all later. Bye-bye.